This is Big Podcast.
All right, lo-fi episode for you. This is me in my office, so it's going to sound a little bit different. But I wanted to get this out. A lot of people right now are talking about a Super Bowl commercial with Seal, the musician Seal, where he is an animal seal. And I'm going to tell you a story about an experience with Seal that absolutely applies to your podcast. First of all, I want to say this. I'm not a Seal hater. I was actually in a recording studio. This must have been 1990 or 1991. This was in Nashville, top tier studio, and I was in a band at the time. We were recording an EP. The engineer had this record. I was like, what is that? He said, oh, this guy, his name is Seal. And this is not Kiss from a Rose. This is the album before that, the first Seal. The second album is also called Seal, so a little weird. But I was blown away, and he was telling me about it, and we were listening to it on these big monitors and the production. And as soon as it came available, I remember seeing a newspaper ad for Tower Records. You probably haven't thought of either of those things for a while, but this is how music launched. They said, we got this new album. It's $5.99 on CD. I mean, it was way cheap because they were really trying to break him. Anyway, this is my point. Great album. One of my favorite albums ever. I've been a fan for a long time. I've seen Seal 3 times, twice in Nashville, one in Memphis. Different types of venues, different bands, and I know a bit about him. The last time I saw him, this was not one of the albums that he's done of cover songs. This was the album after Seal 4, if you're a fan. So original music, but definitely not one of those albums that had a big radio hit, maybe a little bit. Seal's an established musician, but he hasn't really hit as hard as he did on those first couple of records. Anyway, he comes through Nashville. This is a venue with probably, 3,500, 4,000 seats. It was a small theater, maybe a mid-sized theater, 2 levels. And we go there. I've got floor level seats. The people who had been in the balconies, they brought them down to the floor. So this thing is maybe 40% full. I don't know. Let's say there are 1,500 people there, 2,000 people there. So a lot of people. I'd love to do a show for that many people. Seal, not having it. He comes out and immediately makes a comment about it. We just played 3 days ago for 50,000 people in Europe, blah, blah. He's just complaining. In a bad mood, you know. And I'd seen him a couple of times. I found him to be a pretty cool guy. Obviously, I'm going to see him a third time, not because he had a big hit, but because I was a fan. I'd had a good experience with him the first couple of times. He just can't let it go. And I get that as a human, that sometimes people are just having a bad mood, but he knew this going into it. He's mad that they shut the balconies down. He's mad that the tickets didn't sell. By God, 50,000 people had seen him just a few days earlier, and nobody showed up for this gig. It seems to be a theme. And this is how it relates to your podcast. This is a man that could have been in the exact same situation. 1,500 people, and again, no big hits. So these people really were into what he was doing, the true fans. And he could have said something like, you know, we just played 50,000 people a few days ago, but it is such a blessing to have a gig like this because I can really connect with you personally. That's all he had to do. Same thing. He could have thrown in the fact that he was real popular, 50,000 people. He could have had that plug for his big gig, so we would have known he's still the man. He's still on top. He's not a has-been, and had a moment with the people who really loved him. Imagine if he had done that. Instead of me being on this episode talking about Seal and what a big baby he was that night, I would have said, man, you'll never believe this. I've seen Seal 3 times. The third time, for whatever reason, not a lot of people showed up, but he made it special. There was an opportunity for him to do an acoustic thing, and I know he can do it because, again, I'm a fan, and I had the import, the acoustic stuff. It was rumored that he had an acoustic album back in the day, and sure enough, he had to import it from Italy. That's me, the fan. And he came out and he did an acoustic Kiss by a Rose. It was just incredible. I know the guy can do it, but no, he didn't want to. Instead, he wanted to complain. He made it all about himself, walked off the stage, and we were like, what the, I'm not going to go again. I want to have a good moment with my wife. And you got the same opportunity. You may not have a lot of listeners now, but you have true fans, people who are engaged, the early guys like me, seeing that newspaper ad, Tower Records, go there right now. Get it before anybody else has heard of it because you lucked out on hearing it early. Those are your fans. Take advantage of those guys. Those people are in it with you. They will follow you. Success comes and goes. They will stick by you. They will buy the Covers album. That wasn't very good, by the way. But I bought it. A couple good songs, right? Same thing for you. They're going to come to the live shows. They're going to buy the t-shirts, listen to the episodes, listen to the guests that they've never heard of just because they like you. Think about it. Worry about the people, that one person. We always talk about that in podcasting. Speak to one person. That's the opportunity he had. That's the opportunity that you have. It works. Because then people start talking. You want more thoughts from me? You want to work with me personally? Let me tell you how to do it. BigPodcast.com. I've got something called AMP, the Audience Monetization Program. Big Podcast AMP. If you go to bigpodcast.com/AMP, it's bigpodcast.com/AMP. You can get more information. We can work together, man. It can help you grow that audience and make the most of the audience that you have. And while you're there, subscribe to the podcast. Never miss an episode. Bigpodcast.com, that has it all. Go there now, check out AMP, get subscribed, and I'll see you on the next episode of Build a Big Podcast.